Go woke or go broke. How many times have we heard that term? Who is tired of hearing that term over and over? And what do it actually mean? Because my initial understanding of the term woke is when somebody do some learning, get some understanding, and they get a new level of consciousness on whatever idea, whatever research they're looking into. So that basically meant you went from being asleep and not knowing till you woke up and now your third eye is open. That's the original term of wokeness I knew, but now it seems like it's a political term that Republicans use towards Democrats, and I want to get to the bottom of it. So in this video, that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to do the research, look at the numbers, and see if corporations actually go woke and go broke, or if politics and sports always had a close relationship, and it's just whenever people don't personally like an agenda, then they just use that term. So we have to first start with, what do we believe the term means? I believe it means whenever a sports company, whenever a beer company, they start promoting LBGT agenda, Black Lives Matter, anything that is outside of sports, and they promote something that people don't like, they like, you guys are going woke. You guys are trying to please towards the audience of this demographic or that demographic besides just talking about the sports alone. Let me know in the comments if you believe that is the term or the meaning of it, but that's kind of what I believe. So the most recent and public situation is with Bud Light. TikToker and trans activist Dylan, I'm not about to butcher that last name, has become the topic of conversations online after Bud Light announced that she is the latest spokeskeeper. The duo collaborated to celebrate the influencer's 365 Day of Girlhood milestone. So following that, you had Kid Rock shooting some Bud Light cans and saying he's not supporting it, and their shares and things did go down. I don't know if it go hand in hand. People boycotted it, but they did lose money off of that. So that's the term I believe when they say go woke, go broke. But could they stock could have been going down anyway? Let's look at it. So that post happened on April 1st, right? And if you go to their stock, you have to go to Anheuser-Busch. And since that happened on April 1st, their stock was at right around $65, $66. And now you see it's down to $57, and the low was $53. So technically it did go down, but you still have to look at the Dow Jones or something from that time to at least have a correlation. And you look at the Dow Jones, it was right here and it's actually up. You look at the NASDAQ, it's up. So technically they went woke and went broke, and you see a bunch of articles about it. So this is the most recent post I see. Bud Light stock facing a death blow after new controversy ad. Man, Bud Light is going for the death blow at this point. This is what they think their clients base. Stupid, grunting caveman. I don't understand how this appeals to Bud Light's target market. Transgender youth. It really don't. So they looked at the stock and they broke it down. So in that case, I agree. You went woke, you went broke. So another thing I see is just keep sports. Why it always have to go into politics? And you look at the history of life, sports and politics has always been intertwined since the beginning. You can go back to 1936. Let's start with boxing with Max Schmeling. I believe I said his name right. He was actually coined by the Nazi Party as a historic symbol of German destiny and Aryan supremacy. In 1936, he went against Joe Louis, and that was considered a nationalistic symbol and imagery of German Aryan supremacy once he defeated Joe Louis. After the fight, Langston Hughes said, "I walked down 7th Avenue and saw a grown man weeping like children and a woman sitting on the curbs with their heads in their hand all across the country that night. When the news came out that Joe was knocked out, people cried," saying Langston Hughes. And after Buddy won, Hitler sent his wife flowers with a message saying, "For the wonderful victory of your husband, our greatest German boxer. I must congratulate you with all my heart." So even Hitler had to give him a shout out for what he believed that helped the German supremacy or Aryan supremacy at the time. We're not done with Hitler. Remember 1936, the Olympics? in Germany, where he basically used the whole Olympics to promote German and Aryan supremacy. But they did have somebody named Jesse Owens that ended up dominated in the 100, the 200, the 4x1, and he won all of those golds, and Hitler didn't want to acknowledge him after that. I'm just saying. So if we go to something more up to date, when Black Lives Matter came out, everybody was pissed off. Me, initially, I loved the term. I'm like, Black lives do matter because we don't get treated the exact same as our counterparts, as our white brothers and sisters. So yes, Black lives do need to be promoted. Once you seen it was owned by George Soros, black LGBT woman that wasn't even promoting real black agenda, it was promoting LGBT agenda. Yeah, Black Lives Matter completely got handicapped to something I don't even know what the hell that turned into. But when you did turn it to the NBA or turned it to any sports, you seen Black Lives Matter on the court, you seen Black Lives every single where, and it did turn into a political thing with sports. People hated it, people loved it, but people kept on watching. It didn't hinder NBA at all. It didn't hinder NFL. They just promoted it and money kept on going and people kept on watching. If you fast forward to today, we just had Pride Month, or we're in Pride Month right now, and I was watching MLB. You see San Francisco had like a whole Pride uniform. Los Angeles had a Pride on their shoulders. You seen Pride on a mount. And it's like, y'all still watching. So I believe overall, go woke, go broke, it's more of an ideology that if you do something that I personally don't like, I'm not going to support it, and I hope you go broke. That's all it really is, because if I'm somebody that don't like LGBT agenda, it's like, okay, why are you promoting that? I don't like that. I just want to watch the sport. Or if they're just promoting Black Lives Matter or something else, you don't like that. I just want to watch the sport. But if they promote something that you genuinely like, you really don't care. So the term is being overused, but it do hold some merit. If you go woke towards the wrong demographic of fans, it could hinder your money. What's your thoughts in the comments?